Hello, Gremolinos. It is I, Catherine, your favorite asthmatic, mostly 10-fingered, chaotic reader. And emphasis on the asthma in this clip, probably. One of my inhalers right now, there was an issue with my prescription, and we spent a hunk of the day with me on the phone trying to ensure that I could actually pick up a refill, while my larger refill, like it's a 90-day supply, is in the mail because it won't get here for like a business week. So I was able to get that, but it did take all day. It was a whole thing. Krista and I technically had today off, but she did have to go into work for a little. So while she was at work, I was literally in her office, like at her work on the phone with our prescription provider. It's a whole thing. Yeah. So that was the day. It is now evening. I did get to do some very nice things because we had to wait for my script to get filled. So Krista let me look around Michael's because they have like a book collection of stuff right now. I don't know if all of them do, if it already happened and I just happened to see what was left. I posted that on Instagram. I'm not going to put the footage in here because it's really short, but they had some cute stuff and I wound up with 2 new cups because Krista had a coupon. And then we did get my inhaler and I had Taco Bell for lunch because I really wanted Taco Bell. But Krista is not feeling well. I'm going to briefly pan to the side. This is Krista, and Goose has been keeping her company. So she went in, and then we came home, and she's been resting. She had Jersey Mike's. We have a Jersey Mike's in town now, which is like one of Krista's favorite things.
The whole bedroom smells of Jersey Mike's, and we may need to burn it down.
Yeah. We ate up in the bedroom so she could rest after. But I'm about to make dinner, so I thought I would just start the vlog. I know this is a long intro, but the vlog itself is not going to focus on asthma or inhalers. We'll focus on books. I had wound up requesting a book that was about a house. I don't have that book yet. And then I was like, oh, other books about houses. And I found 2 on KU, because I'm trying to get my money's worth out of that thing. And then I was able to get The Place Where They Buried Your Heart, which, oh gosh, I always forget her like full Instagram name. It's like Katrina Brown, I think. She also has a YouTube, but she posts a lot on Instagram. And Gabby talked about this one during Winterween. It is by Christina Henry, and I've read like 2 pages just to get an idea. But it's horror-ish. I was warned by Katrina that it's not as horror as I might want it to be. And going into that, that's good to know because I did read The House That Horror Built, which is the one that's built right here. You can't really see it in the reflection. And I liked it, but it didn't exactly do what I wanted it to do. Oh, my bookmark is reflecting on me. But I'll be reading this one first, and then I'll fill you in once I've actually read some. But I am intrigued because Gabby really liked it, and Katrina also really liked it. But she just like warned me that it was not super horror. I think it verges more into like thriller at a certain point, but I don't know for certain. But I am very curious. I believe it's set mostly in the 90s. I don't know. When I opened it, it said like 90s, but we shall see. I literally have read like 2 pages and I don't really remember them, so I basically have to reread them. I was trying to read them once I got off the phone and that didn't really happen. But I'll be reading house-themed horror. I'm thinking this will be like Home is Where the Horrors Are. Home is Where the Horror Is. Something like that. But yeah, so we have some stuff we have to do tomorrow. Krista actually works tomorrow.
About Home Sweet Horror.
Oh, that is good.
You're welcome.
Someone remind me. Home Sweet Horror. Maybe I'll put it on my phone. I have the mind of the brain of a goldfish right now. But books. I'll be reading books, but I gotta make dinner. And I will fill you in as I read some. I might read some tonight, possibly. And yeah, tomorrow, while Krista has work, I'll probably be reading, and then I have a haircut, which is nice because I need to get my undercut cleaned up. But yeah, so you'll just be along for the ride while I read a bunch of books. And hopefully the book I requested from the library the longest ago shows up soon. I do need to go to the library on Saturday to pick some stuff up. So yeah. But for now, Gremolinos, I'm gonna go. I will see you sometime tomorrow, probably. Hello, Gremolinos. This is a super quick check-in. Behold current hair. I'm getting my haircut very soon, but I'm not bringing you with us. I have started, it's behind me. I think I can lift it. I have started The Place Where They Buried Your Heart. I started earlier while Krista was at work, and then I promptly fell asleep because I was being cuddled by kitties, but I'm liking it so far. The opening of it is incredible. Like, it's such a good hook where Jamie is saying that she was grounded for stealing cigarettes the day her brother was eaten by the house. It's just a great setup. It's been very interesting. I am very much enjoying it so far. I am looking forward to reading more. I just wanted to tell you, off to a good start. I am really liking it. I love a creepy house. Also, it's a creepy house that cannot burn, which is very cool. I won't get into details for that because it's totally a spoiler, but like something happened and I was like, oh, that is very clever. But we are headed out. We're gonna go grab lunch and then do my haircut. And the dogs are going bonkers because they want me to take them out. They get a special dentist-ic in the afternoon and they're waiting for me to go down and give it to them. So this is very fast. I'm not bringing you with us. I will show you my hair when we get home. So talk to you when I have trimmed hair. Hello, Grandmalinos. The hair should be cut. So I have an undercut that goes all the way around and actually kind of high up. You can sort of tell back here. But I got it all trimmed. I take forever to get my hair trimmed. So, oh, are you gonna focus? There we go. So I actually haven't gotten it trimmed since October, I think. When it gets colder, I kind of put it off just because I'm wearing hats a lot. It's cold, but it was starting to bug me. So I just got a hold of the person who does it. She does it super quick and it's cheap. So it's a quick in and out thing. And yeah, so got it all trimmed up. It is also shaved on this side. Also, every time I go, she always comments on how I have so much hair. She's like, a number of people could not do this, but you have a lot of hair. And so I just have so much hair up top. Like, it can do whatever it wants, really. Like, it blocks. Like, it just looks like I have more hair than I do, I guess, when it's shaved. But yeah, so I got that trimmed. And then we got home. We really just hung out. We watched some Hell's Kitchen because Krista just wanted to relax a little. And then she headed to, it's doing a goofy thing right here because I don't have any product on that. She's actually back at work. And then I am gonna hang out with the dogs and read, but I had to like clean a litter box, take the dogs out, feed them, then do some dishes. We don't have a dishwasher, so I was doing all of our dishes from last night, this morning, just to have them done so they're all in the rack behind me. But I'm going to make something to drink to show off one of my new cups. I'll show off the other one tomorrow. My current cup that I'm gonna use, this is from Michael's. So it says currently reading, and it's just like a sticker decal. It'll be easier to see once I put stuff in it, but it's like purple and pink. I thought it was really cute. And I'm going to make a Coke Zero. This is the Walmart brand. It's cheap for a 12 pack. And do one of those. And I have finally finished my apple fireball, and I'm not gonna buy more anytime soon because we have some other goofy stuff, but I'm gonna put some of this in there. This is the Brothers Bond straight bourbon whiskey from, technically it's Paul Wesley and Ian Somerhalder, but everyone's like, it's the Salvatore Brothers alcohol. I've done this, I did this during Winterween. It tastes okay. I don't put a lot in there because I'm not a big like bourbon drinker. We bought it during, we watched all of Vampire Diaries Originals and Legacies, and we got an ad for it because we're talking about Vampire Diaries a lot, I'm sure. And we found it locally, so we just picked up a bottle and we've had this for ages. Because again, Krista and I don't drink bourbon very often, so I'm just gonna like splash some. This is a bigger splash than I intended. Okay. Splash them in there, and the rest of the Coke. Please don't explode. Thank you. And I think you can see the print better now. So this is the print. It looks cute, and the colors kind of match the place where they buried your heart. Take a sip of this. Oh yeah, that's way too much bourbon. Oh god. Okay. I'm fine. I'll be fine. That's just very strong. Whew, okay. Can you tell? Can I tell I don't drink bourbon? I might add like lime juice. I've had lime and Coke before. I might put some in there. That might help. Because I can't really fit any more Coke in there. The can is empty. There's like a splash. But I think I have some lime juice. I might even have sweetened lime juice. That'd be weird though. This is a Diet Coke. I don't know. I might add something. I don't know. Let's Ooh. It's not killing me, but it's very bourbon forward. I am an idiot. I have a shot glass over here too and I didn't use it. It's my fault. But I'm going to slowly drink this, whether I add something to it or not, and read. So again, if you've never watched any of my videos before, I don't normally film me reading, solely because there were a couple videos where I did, and even though I tried to use copyright-free music, I still got dinged. And I'm not monetized, but I hate when that happens because like it's not intentional. And it just like stresses me out that I'm going to use something that will get the video completely region blocked. So I'm just not going to. I will probably put Gilmore Girls on while I read. I swear Gabby is unintentionally consistently influencing me, because one, Gabby read the book I'm reading and it was on my radar from someone else, but then I was like, oh, if she liked it, then I will like push up my hold on it, just because I wasn't sure I could get it into my library. And so I did that. And she keeps talking about watching Supernatural, and I used to be in grad school, so 23. I was so into Supernatural. I was obsessed with Dean. You know, like, Dean is my favorite character platonically. I just like, he's such a good older brother character. I was obsessed with him so much. I have his charm still. I never got rid of it, but like, I had a couple tank tops. Like, I watched it and drank cider and ate pie. That was like a thing I did as a de-stressor in school. Grad school, mind you, I was of age. And now she keeps talking about it on like Instagram and in her videos, and I'm like, do I want to rewatch Supernatural? Like, I could put it on during work, like as a background show. That would be fine. It'd be like when it plays on, well, used to, I don't know if it still does. It used to play on TNT during the day, and you could just like snap it on and it would play random episodes for random seasons, technically in order. I don't know that they do that anymore. Don't know how cable television works at this point. But I don't know, I keep debating, because I just keep putting Gilmore Girls back on because I can't like seem to pick a different show, which normally I don't have a problem with, but maybe I'll just switch to Supernatural. I don't know. Krista and I are watching, or attempting to watch, Fringe. She has never seen it and she loves Joshua Jackson. It's his only thing that she hasn't seen. And I watched it, but like when it was on television, so I don't really remember anything. And it's very X-Files-y, while Supernatural has like some episodes that are X-Files-y and then other episodes that feel, it would probably fall under X-Files, but it's more like Monster of the Week, almost Buffy-esque. If I was gonna break it down. I'm assuming you know Supernatural. If you don't, that's my attempt at explaining it to you. It's two brothers fighting demons. It feels very Buffy, but guys, sometimes X-Files with two dudes. There are women added in periodically, but that's the breakdown of the early seasons. It gets goofy, and I didn't finish the series because it got too goofy for me. There was a submarine. That's all I'm going to say. There's a submarine and like time travel, and that episode broke my brain and I gave up. Sorry if you loved every episode, but I got to that episode and I was like, I give up! I'm done. And I literally turned it off and walked away. But yeah, that's a lot of rambling. I'm gonna read. So hopefully I can read a hunk of my book today. That is the goal. I had rings on earlier, took them off because I'll be hanging with the dogs and I didn't want them to catch on them. One of them is very stabby. But yeah, so I'm just gonna read. I'll fill you in presumably before bed. Also there's a show on in the background for the dogs that I need to change. So you probably hear that while I'm talking. But yeah, gonna go hang with the dogs. Gonna read. Gonna try my best to knock out as much of this book as possible today. Still no update on my other hold. It's The Best Offer Wins is my other hold, but I'm still second in line and I don't know when that's gonna come in. We shall see. I may pivot if it doesn't come in time, but let's go. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna slowly drink this drink. I'm going to turn off this television show because they keep blowing a whistle and it's slowly eating my mind. But yeah, I will talk to you tonight when I have a book update, and then tomorrow will be very fun because I'm taking you to do a lot of things. Hopefully, unless there's snow. Please hope there's no snow. All right, talk to you later tonight. Book 1 is done, Gremolinos. Hi, this is Brune. His full name's Bruni. He's named after the little fire lizard, in case you didn't know that, from Frozen 2. But he's here to assist, but I finished The Place Where They Buried Your Heart. So in this, we are following Jessie. Her full name is apparently Jessica, but she's always referred to as like Jessie. Oh, I knew there was gonna be a weird piece of hair. There we go. And there is a house. The McIntyre house. Yeah, it would have to be McIntyre. It's this like old wooden house, but it doesn't make sense to anyone because an old wooden house shouldn't exist based on when they say the house came into existence. But this house is evil. Think Monster House, the kids movie where the house like has a mouth and grabs things and does a bunch of stuff. Imagine a house like that. The house kind of calls to people. The house is like known for vile things. Something horrible happened in the house a while ago. This book starts in 1993, I believe. There are dates listed in here. So it starts in 93. So we start in 93, but in the first section of the book, we move between 93 and then 1974. And 74 is when the bad event that people think caused the house to become kind of evil, haunted, cursed, happened. So we get a lot of detail concerning that event, and then an event where Jess's brother Paul disappears. He goes into the house with 2 friends and he never comes out. Bane, I know the door is closed, but your mom is coming. Bane wanted to come in, and then Krista went to the bathroom, and now he wants out, and so he's yelling at the door. Krista's also sick, so if you hear her blowing her nose, she is a little under the weather. She has a really runny nose, but she has worked, like, she's been working today, and she's technically on overnight, so she's basically working until tomorrow morning. Sorry, that was an aside, but I need you to know. So in this, she is like a collector of stories is what we're set up to understand. She's trying to learn as much as she can about the house to make up for the fact that her brother disappeared. And she feels bad because she believes it's her fault that her brother is gone. And through that, she does become friends with one of his former friends. And she is kind of part of the neighborhood in that a great deal of the neighborhood is raising her. There are 2 women who are very concerned for her well-being. A man that is concerned for her well-being named Ted. Krista is trying to distract me so much. She ultimately, does it mention this? Hold on, let me see. Jesse, okay, it doesn't go into it far enough. There is a boy that Jesse meets, and we do wind up moving into the present for this book, which is 2006. And we learn more information possibly about the house, but you can't really tell what's fact or fiction at a certain point because people can't really seem to explain what has happened in the house well, or if they do, it sounds so unbelievable and there's no factual evidence to back it up. That people are like, we don't know. We don't, like, did that actually happen? Did they imagine it? What is going on? It is very cool, very fun. The aspect of the house being described reminds me a little bit of House of Leaves in, like, how the house exists. Also, it does remind me of my favorite season of American Horror Story, which is Murder House. So if you like Murder House, the first season of American Horror Story, you will like this book, I am very sure. There are some H.P. Lovecraft mentions, and there is the idea of things in H.P. Lovecraft where you were kind of driven mad by something in your environment. I would say this story reminds me a bit of a touch of Dreams in the Witch House. Where you don't know what's actually happening in the house. There is a boarder that lives in a house in that book, and he is plagued by horrible dreams, and they're all kind of spacey. And I could see the influence being in here, but this is very fun. It also does a fun thing for the ending that I love in a book, and I won't tell you what that is, but it was very fun and I appreciated it. But I need to go grab my iPad because I have 2 Kindle books to choose from. I think I know which one I'm gonna pick. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I know. And I will tell you what that one is once I've actually started it or finished it. I don't know. We are watching the Seahawks 49ers game. And so if I'm able to finish a book during that game, I'll just recap the whole thing for you. But yeah, that is all I have for you right now. I need to get up and go get that. I am casually still drinking Diet Coke.
Can I grab me a water?
And bourbon out of my fun cup. And Bernie is just chilling. He's not allowed to have it because it's Diet Coke and it would make him very sick. Maybe I'll like pan over so you can see everyone. So Bernie's sleeping with me. I may have just covered the mic. I have a terrible way of doing that a lot. So that's Brune. And then Chloe is stretched out really far on the bed. Bane did leave, and you can't really see Kira.
She's on the couch.
She's on the couch. Yeah, you can't see her. She's the hearts. She's wearing pajamas, but she's over there. But I just thought I would show you because they're all very cozy. He is extra cozy and is going to be very upset when I go to get my book and water for Krista. But I must get up. My dear Grumelinos, I will talk to you about the next book when I have an update. Hello, Grumelinos. So, unfortunately, Krista is very sick. She wasn't feeling well earlier this week, and she hasn't been feeling great really all week. But she was hoping she would feel better today, and she doesn't. She felt worse. So we are not going out today. We kind of did. The plan for today was initially to go to Destiny USA. It's the big mall in Syracuse, and we're going to do Melting Pot and go to IKEA and go to Barnes & Noble because we have a Christmas gift card. But no. She does not feel well at all. And a big snowstorm that wasn't supposed to start until later today rolled in super early. So it's freezing outside, it is snowing. It's really just not a day to do any kind of drive. So we rescheduled. I really was just a melting pot. So I called them and I was like, hey, I know I told you it was like a birthday thing, but I need to move it. Oh, now Krista's phone is ringing. Hold on. Hello again. She didn't need to answer it. She also just feels like poop and wants to sleep. So Krista is napping. She also has a goose who's very mad that the phone rang. She's right there. This is my little phone case. It's technically a makeup bag, but Goose is right there. But yeah, so we're just gonna stay home today instead, which is far safer, and it gives Krista time to recover and maybe feel a little better. She did work yesterday, but she doesn't work today and she doesn't work tomorrow, so she can rest, which is good because she has a ton of double shifts next week. So yeah, so we're just staying home today, which is totally fine. I'm wearing my very cozy Beetlejuice sweatshirt because we did run out briefly this morning. So because she worked yesterday, she had to go put in her time at work, so she had to go to the office, and we ran out of this throat coat tea. So we needed to get her throat coat tea, and so picked that up, and then we got like coffee and breakfast through like drive-thrus to bring home. Yeah, so we have just been watching like YouTube stuff, and Chris is gonna take a nap, and I just took the pups out and gave them Dentastix, so I thought I would fill you in. I did start a book. I don't have the cover pulled up though. I'll talk to you about the book tomorrow, or later today, because there's gonna be football on and I'm gonna try and finish it. Sadly, no update on the Best Offer Wins book. I really don't want to have to get the audiobook, so I'm just gonna hope it comes in. It doesn't feel like a book I'm gonna like. It feels like something I'm really gonna like, but I'm not gonna like reread. And I feel like with audiobooks, sometimes I'll get them because I'm really excited about them, and I think I'll re-listen to them, and then I don't. I don't know why they're working. Oh, probably plows. But yeah, so I don't really want to get the audiobook if I can avoid it, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on the hold. We'll see. If not, I'll find something else. But yeah, I did start a book that does involve a haunted house, as all these books will, or at least the discussion of a haunted house. So my nail polish is trashed. The puppies, they're dogs, they're full-size dogs, but I call them the pups, or the puppies sometimes. I was giving them some, don't tell Chloe's vet, but we gave them a little bit of hash brown from the breakfast we got this morning, and I gave it to them with my hand, and my nail polish just like came off because they were really excited. So I need to fix these at some point today. But yeah, I'll talk to you about the book later. I think that's it for now. Just, I wanted to let you know that we're not going out and about today. We'll just be at home. So most of this vlog will be like a home vlog, just because we're not really, like, Krista's so freaking busy, and we're not going anywhere tomorrow because I want her to still rest, and the snowstorm is really coming in tomorrow. We're basically getting a huge blizzard. They said over 2 feet of snow in like the course of 2 to 3 days, so that's fun. But yeah, so we're just gonna chill. I am feeling better now that I've got all my asthma meds, but I'm still coughing a little. But yeah, so we're just gonna chill and rest, and yeah, but I'll talk to you about my book later. It's called, the title is We Live Here Now, and the cover looks very similar to The Handyman Method, which I actually liked. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was fun. It was like I felt like it was a satire horror, like the satire of like bro-y dudes. So I enjoyed it, but I know a ton of people were very like hit or miss on it, but the cover looks remarkably similar to me. So I'll actually show you the book and like get into details later, but for now we're gonna rest. So I will talk to you later today, Gremolinos, when we are a little more rested, and probably while football's on, probably because there's like 2 games today, I think, but I'm gonna go talk to you during football. Hello, Gremolinos! You're going to get fun lighting because there's a commercial break going on during the football game. But this is the book I'm reading. We Live Here Now by Sarah Pinborough. Ta-da! I'm about halfway through, and in this we're following Emily and Freddie, who have moved into Larkin Lodge. This book is set in the UK too, just FYI. But Emily was in a tragic accident while on vacation where she did die. She was brought back, but she was in a coma due to severe sepsis because of a broken leg for an extended period of time. During that, she lost her job. She had recently been promoted, but because she was going to be in a coma for an indeterminate amount of time and might die, her job said, well, you don't work here anymore. So she has no job, but they are paying her like a full year salary as like a severance because she was in a coma. And so she and her husband have moved to this new house because she had wanted to move there. It had been kind of like a, oh, it's in the country, it's away from the city. And it had just been like a thought, but that she wasn't really moving forward with. While she was in the coma, her husband decided to move ahead with purchasing this house, getting them all set up. And it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and Emily is now getting very strange feelings in the house. She keeps thinking it's haunted. The third floor creeps her out. She keeps hearing things. She insists that like this nail keeps appearing and reappearing. Books have fallen off the walls. They did a Ouija board and it seemed to channel something, but everyone's like, no one's died in that house. Like, we don't really know what you're talking about. I don't know what this is. Sorry. A red spot on my chin. No idea. And she is just like, I don't know, I have like a weird feeling about the house. She's trying to do research on it, but she's really just not quite sure what is going on. And so far it is very fun. It's very fast paced. The only thing that's throwing me off a little is Emily is supposed to be walking consistently with a cane because she can only really use her one leg. Her other leg can't really do a lot of like pressure. She's doing physio and stuff, but like she needs the cane to function. And there have been consistent scenes where she doesn't mention her cane. And like, I guess you don't have to, you can just imagine it. But like, there was a scene I just read where she like ran out of the house and I was like, did she have her cane? Like, we didn't mention her grabbing it or using it. And then like the postman was like, oh, I'll just let you continue with your run. And I was like, but she has a cane. Like, she wouldn't be running in a foggy evening without her, like with a cane, I wouldn't think. I don't know. I don't consistently, like, I've never consistently used a cane, but I would think that if you were moving very quickly with a cane in non-running clothes, no one would assume you were on a run. I don't know. Let me know if you're like a cane user. Do you go for runs? Is that a thing? I just was like very thrown by the fact that it didn't seem like she was using the cane when the cane is supposed to be something she's consistently using. That's the only thing that's thrown me off a couple times, where it doesn't sound like she's using the cane when it seemed like it was necessary. But she did say she felt like using it less, so maybe she's not, and we're just not mentioning it. But I am enjoying it. Freddie definitely has some secret that is not like, we don't know what it is, but he keeps saying like something and you know it's a secret. Also he's behaving oddly and Emily is kind of clocking that, and so something is going on with him, and like he's keeping something from Emily, but Emily is also kind of keeping something from him. We know, you will find out what that is, but something occurred before the accident that she didn't officially tell him, so we shall see how that evolves. I'm gonna keep reading during the game, but I just want to give you a brief thoughts on it so far because I hadn't mentioned it. My hair's doing goofy things because I just took the dogs out, and so I had like multiple hoods on my head. My hoodie hood and my coat hood. But yeah, I'm gonna read. There's another game after this, so I have found a backup book to replace the one library book if it doesn't show. So I have now 3 Kindle books for this video, and we'll just see where we go. But I'm gonna finish this. I'll let you know thoughts on the end when we get there. Gremelinos! I have finished. We live here now. Ta-da. Also, there's Krista. But I finished it. The ending of it was so fun. It is like so twisty, creepy, wild. It was a very fun time. So I highly recommend We Live Here Now. I had a lot of fun. I did not guess how that was gonna go. And it was a delight. So do recommend. It's a very like thrillery horror. I think the next book that I'm going to read is actually the one I found more recently, because I think the other one is going to involve more like detailed attention. So I am going to read, let me pull it up, hold on, pushing buttons, Windcliff by Joe Hart, if it focuses. There you go. This involves a woman moving to like a manor house, and the manor house and the area around it may be haunted. I don't remember people's names, so I'll fill you in on that later, but it sounded very in the same vein. Oh, also in We Live Here Now, I did not mention this, but we do get alternating perspectives between Emily and Freddie. There's also a third perspective that helps you with the story, from a raven. Which is very interesting, but I forgot to mention that. But yeah, so Windcliff is the next one I'm going to read, and I will let you know my thoughts on it at some point, Gremelinos. Hello, Gremelinos. Different outfit, same day. I'm wearing my Ouija sweatshirt pajamas. I have finished Windcliff. Did not think I would finish this. Look, they look very cute over there. Kira really wants to go to bed. Also, here's Chloe. She's sleeping on me. And Bruni's over there. But but there's a lot of laundry next to his head. So you don't get to see Bruni. You saw him yesterday. But yeah, I read all of Windcliff. So in this, we're following Mira, who is technically, yeah, she's an orphan. She just turned 18, so she is being phased out of the system, and her brother lives in a residential care facility in upstate New York. They do say it's the city, so I guess maybe they're in New York City. And then the book shifts to upstate New York. She learns that she has lost her job, and because she is 18, she will be moved out of the facility she's living in. And then this woman shows up and is like, hey, I have this job offer for you. You come stay in upstate New York, and it's called like Yellow Bay. We'll give you, I'm gonna cough. There we go. We'll give you like $25,000 to stay at this house for a month. You'll get half that money up front, and all you have to do is come to this house and just try and befriend Allison, this girl who is living there, because she lost both of her parents and she's very much struggling, and we're just trying to like give her some form of therapy. We saw you on television, and Mira was seen on television like talking a girl off of jumping off a roof, so she does agree ultimately, even though it's kind of weird. She's like, yeah, this is odd, like I'm just gonna be on an island. I did discuss this with Krista because it's set in the St. Lawrence River, like it's an island in the St. Lawrence River, and based on how it's described, I do think that it is geographically based on an island Krista has taken me to twice. One of those times we couldn't actually go past the dock because we had Kira with us, and you can't take dogs past the dock.
Ava said we could.
Yeah, so that was the thing. But there is an island in the St. Lawrence River that has on it, it's called Bolt Island, right? It's Bolt Island and Bolt Castle.
Yeah.
And it has this huge, sprawling manor on it called Bolt Castle. And it has a very tragic kind of story behind it, because he was building it for the love of his life. Who died before it was completed. So it's a very tragic, like, romantic story. The man was very wealthy. In this, the Windcliffs have a large estate on an island in the St. Lawrence, and there's been a lot of death. And so Mira is just there to like befriend Allison. There are some consistent staff who've lived there for years. Eleanor, Oliver, a younger man named Gale, who is a chef, and then a guy named Jeff who runs the boats. And Mira gets there and things are just odd. The house feels strange. Things about the house are strange. She keeps thinking something is off, so she'll like think her room was in one place but it's in another. She thinks she's seeing things. She thinks paintings are changing. Everything feels out of place. She feels like Allison appears and disappears sometimes, and she's just like constantly confused, very on edge, and at one point she thinks she sees a figure. Now, the story does focus on her trying to befriend and assist Allison, but as everything progresses, we learn about a very dark family history involving occultism, and that's all very interesting. There's one anachronism that I am going to discuss very briefly. There's also one typo. The typo was goofy. The anachronism annoyed me. But overall, the book is very cool. It gets very creepy, very twisty, very thrillery, though there are horror aspects in it. I would still say it falls more in line with like a horror, but it got me. Like, I was not expecting parts of the end. Like, I got real tripped up. I was like, oh. There are very cool reveals. Mira is a great character to follow, and I was just having a fun time. It was very cool, extra creepy. There's some taxidermy stuff that gets real gross. But overall, very cool. Very, I'm gonna say very much like, not exactly, but if you like Guillotine by Delilah S. Dawson, I think you would like this. It's less gory, but I think you would like it. It's not entirely in the same vein, but I feel like you would enjoy it. Now, the brief anachronism that I'm going to bring up to you is in this, for whatever reason, they're going through all this occult stuff, and someone picks up a stick, like a piece of wood. They're like, this is from when they burned the witches alive in Salem. Something along those lines. I'm like, they didn't burn anyone in Salem. That wasn't a thing. Truly did not happen. And it bugs me because that shows up and stuff, and I'm like, they never burned anyone. So that like threw me, and I was like, I'm gonna keep reading because this happens a lot and it always annoys me. We didn't burn anyone. They were hung or pressed. And I'm sure other horrible things happened, but no one was set on fire. So just, if anyone says people were burned in Salem, that didn't happen. They weren't burned. They were never burned in Salem. They were burned in Europe, but not Salem. We apparently decided that was not the way we wanted to go with our witch trials. So just FYI for you. But yeah, but I did still very much enjoy this. It is twisty, it's trippy. I recommend. I'd never heard of Joe Hart before, but it's a solid read. The next book I will be reading eventually is Strange Houses, which I know I'm gonna have to pay attention for, and I think I know a number of people on BookTube have read this, but this is the cover. It is a chilling Japanese mystery sensation, and it was translated. So it's by Uketsu, and it was translated by Jim Ryan. But here you go. I'll be reading this at some point. But for now, we are going to watch Hell's Kitchen and get ready for bed. And I need to remember to log the books that I've read tomorrow. Both for the winter reading program at my library, because you have to track your hours. And then I need to write them, because I just like write down what I read, even though I don't do like end of year things. I just like writing them down for my own reference. But yeah, but I'm gonna go. I will talk to y'all. What is happening? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hi. I keep forgetting to show you this, but this is the other cup I picked up. It says read the room. There's a little bit of beer left in it. It's the Dunkin' beer. I don't know if I talked about that in this vlog, but I have this like Dunkin' stout. It's very random. But then this shows all the books on the top, which is very cute. I do like it. But yeah, but I just want to show you before we officially turn off the lights. So, talk to you officially in the morning, Gremolinos. Very loud coffee machine. Oh hey, I should do this. Oh, it's beef squash. Not my favorite, but you know. Hi Gremolinos. It has been 2 days and I still sound sick. I am making coffee in my Luke's cup because I'm giving a presentation at work. It's Gilmore Girls themed, just for the fun of it. And I'm using this coffee that I already had, though I have a big box of coffee I need to open, but I want to do that with Krista comes home, and she's working a double tonight. But I want to open it with her because she surprised me with coffee. But I had this Talk Fast blend from an order a year ago, and it's like a dark roast and themed to the Dragonfly Inn. So I'm making that this morning in my mug. And then eventually I'll open the big box behind me. I need to do part of it off camera because our address is like on 3 different spots. But yeah, so I'm making coffee for my presentation. And yeah, I am sick. I caught whatever Krista had, and yesterday I was like really out of it. And I like made it through the workday and felt like trash, especially because I was covering kind of like 2 other people's jobs. But I have to present today, and the person that I cover for is out. So I really can't call in sick. So I'm just gonna power through. I didn't do any reading. I have no reading updates for you. Just that I'm sick. I do plan on reading today. I might ask Krista if I can open the coffee after work. I do want to open it when she gets here. So I think I'll just wait. You'll be fine. I'll just have fancy coffee tomorrow. Because I haven't read any of Strange Houses. And yes, you're looking at my coffee machine. I actually look put together. Here, let me flip you around so you can get proof of life. Oops. Pivot. Hi, proof of life. I made this sweater because it matches a photo I'm using in my presentation. And then I brushed my hair and put on makeup. But I feel really stuffy. I took a 12-hour cold medicine thing, so hopefully that helps. But I'm going to take this coffee upstairs. My presentation starts in about 20 minutes. But I like to get there like almost 10 minutes early just to make sure that all my tech works. So I'm gonna go, but I'll update you either with the coffee or with a book update. I don't think I'm gonna have to shovel during lunch. Krista shoveled so many times last night. We are in the middle of a big blizzard, so like it's snowing and then stopping and snowing and stopping, and last night we got 2 feet of snow, and she shoveled when she got home. Oh my gosh, I didn't even fill you in on that. Okay, I'll do that really quick. So yesterday Krista had court in the morning, and she drove to court, and then she called me at like 11, 10, somewhere in there. I don't really remember. But she called me and she was like, hey, I had to take the car to the shop. And I was like, what? She was like, on my way to work, you remember how we thought the blower was acting funny in the car? And it was. Like, it was really quiet and we hit a pothole unintentionally and it was really loud. And so she went, like, she was driving and the defroster wouldn't work. Like, nothing was working. And so the car was completely freezing over and she, like, couldn't see. She went into court. She made it back to town. And then she got to the mechanic's place, and thankfully we have a very nice mechanic in town who was like, oh my god, you can't drive like this. He was like, I'm not even sure how you got here. So he was like, I can get you the part, it's in town, super easy. And he actually fixed our entire blower. Like, he squeezed her in day of so she could get the car back. But he was like, I might not get it done till tomorrow, so like, just FYI. But he actually got it done day of, which was a huge surprise. And it wasn't wildly expensive. It was $300, which is not like cheap, but it's cheap for a car repair, I feel like. And she actually, because she was supposed to go with someone to a court, but that person wound up finding out it was canceled or it was adjourned. I don't really know, but she didn't have to go because that person would have had to drive. And then she was supposed to have overnight, but she didn't know if she'd have a car until like, and she didn't find out until she already needed to get coverage. So she had the person who was doing night court cover her overnight. Now she'll have overnight the rest of like tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. But she didn't have it yesterday because we didn't know she'd have a car. But then she shoveled after dinner, and she shoveled at 11:30 at night, and then she still had to shovel this morning before she went to work. And then I shoveled a little bit, but my neighbor saw me shoveling and he was like, I got it. And so he snowballed our walk for me, which was very, like, our big sidewalk, which was nice. So that is the update. Yesterday, because I didn't feel well, Krista made me French toast sticks, and I had those for dinner, and I drank a lot of tea at a really gross Theraflu thing. But yeah, so I gotta go up and prep. I feel like I sound like those little kids in cold medicine commercials is what I sound like, but I'm gonna go. I have to workshop very, very soon. And I need to drink some coffee. So I will talk to you at some point later today. Hopefully I'll have a book update. I really do want to try and read some. I did not feel well yesterday. Like, I did not have it in me to read. And I feel like Strange Houses is a complicated book. So I was like, I can't even fathom this. But I'm gonna try and read today. So I'm gonna go. Talk to you later, Grubblitos. I will probably still sound like this. So just be ready. I won't be wearing this sweater though. I change after the workshops. This is just because it matches a photo in my presentation for my birthday, where I have a Gilmore Girls cake. But yeah, gotta go. Talk to you later. Good morning, Grumbleinos. The light in here is really weird. I think there's a light right above me that I don't normally stand under, but we're in my kitchen because I'm about to make coffee. But the reason that I'm filming all of this right now is Krista actually surprised me with a giant box of coffee. It's Gilmore Girls coffee, and so I'm just gonna show it all to you. So over here, ta-da! I had to open it, 1, because our address was visible, and 2, because I wanted Krista to see it. So this is a giant thing of K-Cups. They actually made Luke's Diner K-Cups. This is just like a standard coffee. It is a dark roast, which is interesting. I think they may have like changed it up because the dark roast used to only be the Talk Fast blend, but this does say dark roast. So it's going over here. And then we're gonna go through the rest of this. So this is the 25th anniversary blend. It's medium roast. And then this is, oh gosh, the signature blend 4 Stars Hollow, and that's hazelnut. I've had the hazelnut, and I've actually had the Luke's before. There's actually, no, there isn't a thing of Luke's in here. So I have 2 of these, and this is candy cane blend, which is creamy peppermint. This one she said was on sale, and they were running out. Sorry, we're gonna be in a bunch of weird places. So she got me 2 bags, because I also like, I'm into coffee. This is the back of it, by the way. Same coffee, just the back. There's always stuff on the back. There's that. Then this is the one I was talking about. So this is Talk Fast, the dark roast. See, that's why I was so intrigued by the fact that the Luke's one says dark roast now, because this used to be the only dark roast. And this is, oh, this is a different one. Oh, how interesting. Oh, this is whole bean. I will figure out how to grind coffee beans. The rest of these are ground. Interesting. I think they assume you have an espresso maker. This is Luke's Diner Espresso. It is a whole bean coffee. It is light roast, which is totally fine. I can figure out how to grind a coffee bean. I know there are ways. Then we have Peach Pie Cozy Blend. This is new. I've never tried this one. I didn't even realize she ordered this one because she was like telling me some of the flavors. This one sounds so good. Put that here. And then this is the last one. And this is Taylor's Old Fashioned Soda Shop Ice Cream Blend Vanilla, which I'm very curious about. The only thing I may have to get is something to grind beans. Because they're espresso beans, aren't they? Yeah, they're whole bean cup. Yeah, it's fine. I will figure this out. I can probably get a pretty cheap coffee grinder online. But yeah, so that is everything. It is a lot of coffee. She did tell me it was a lot of coffee. The only thing that's interesting to me is they switched up the K-Cups, made this a dark roast, when he used to be the medium roast, and they have made the medium roast the 25th anniversary blend. So interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna try the peppermint today. So that's the one I'm gonna try with my mug. And I'm gonna get this all situated. And yeah, so I will tell you how this is once I get it made. I won't show you me making coffee because I gotta get all this organized. I'm very, very intrigued by the peach pie one. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I will see you upstairs. No, that says pecan pie. Do not ask me why I thought it said peach. It says pecan. I'm still intrigued, but that says pecan. Oh goodness. Hello again. All right, I'm wearing my coffee weather sweatshirt because oddly it feels warmer outside, which is bizarre because Krista told me we're supposed to hit like record lows, like -30s tomorrow, which is baffling to me. But I have my peppermint, is it candy cane? Candy cane, I think, coffee. The one I told you I was gonna try. It's in here. It is the peppermintiest coffee I've ever had, and I'm not complaining. Like, if you're gonna be peppermint, but this is so pepperminty. Like, I approve, highly. It's very good. It also like really wakes you up, so very good if you're tired. My plan for that one is to actually put the second bag in the freezer. I'm actually gonna roll my sleeves up. The sweater has too short sleeves for my body. I'm planning on putting the second bag in the freezer so I can make sure that it's all good for the holiday season, so I can like save the other one for like Christmas time. I think that would be great. I am probably gonna try the vanilla and the pecan after this one. Most of them I've had, okay, so when I was trying to explain this, I've had the Luke's Diner blend, but again, they've changed it so the K-Cups are a dark roast now, and that technically means I've had the anniversary blend because it's medium roast, and that's what the Luke's Diner coffee used to be. And I even checked because I have a bag of it from when Krista bought me coffee last time, and the Luke's one says medium, so they just like changed which coffee that is. So technically I've had the anniversary one, and I do like it. It's just a standard coffee. I like the hazelnut. I've had that one before. I don't make it very often because Krista has a nut allergy, which is why the pecan pie is freaking me out a little. Because I was really, maybe that's why I was saying peach. I was just hoping it was peach. But I haven't had that one or the Taylor's ice cream shop one, the vanilla. I'm trying to think. Have I? And I haven't had the espresso ones, that like espresso whole bean one. I do really want to try that one. So I might see if I can get like, not anytime soon because I have plenty of ground coffee to work through, but when I get to the point where I'm gonna try it, I'll just see if I can find a cheap coffee grinder. I'll bring it, I'll mention it to Krista because I've just never thought about whole bean coffee, but they do only sell some coffees as whole bean, and I'm guessing because it's an espresso they wanted it in whole bean and not ground. But I'm literally like, I'm gonna have to pull up the photo because I feel like I'm missing coffees. There were so many of them. I haven't tried the K-Cups, though I have technically had the Talk Fast. So technically those should taste similar, but they may be different because it could be a darker roast for the Talk Fast. I just had that one yesterday, you saw it. But yeah, so I'm very excited to try the vanilla and the pecan, and I am curious if the 25th tastes any different than the original Luke's. The hazelnut is good. I am really curious about the espresso one, because it's just bean. Like, I don't have an espresso machine, but I could just brew it like coffee, it'd be fine. Because it doesn't even, it says coffee, like, it's fine. I can do whatever I want. It's my coffee pot. But I may make the pecan, so if you kind of saw it, I have a Mr. Coffee in the corner that I rarely use, but I sent Krista a text, and I think when I do the pecan one, I'm just gonna make it in the Mr. Coffee because I never make her coffee in that, and then I don't have to worry about pecan getting to things, because I have made some and she's been fine, but they've always been like hint of pecan, like there hasn't been real pecan in it. And this I'm very sure has it, but I need to go. I have work stuff to get ready for, but I just wanted to like give you a heads up on how the coffee was. I'm a little over halfway through Strange Houses. I'm really enjoying it, but I don't see how I can describe it to you until I'm done. So you're gonna get that like at the end of the vlog, because I want to finish that. The downside is best offer wins never came in as a hold actually while we're here, and I have like 5 minutes. I have a few more minutes still. Like, I'm not super behind. Where button my brain was like, which button are you looking for? Let's see. Let us see. I'm seeing if I can get an update on my hold. It would say in my little library log. Yes, I know those are there. No, I'm still 2 in waiting, which means I may not even get it for like a month. So yeah. Unfortunately, best offer wins is not going to be in this vlog. When I do get it, I'll include it in a vlog. I just don't know when it's coming. I was really hoping, because I've had the hold in for a little while, that it would come in, but oh well. Things happen. It's the library system. I appreciate it. I'm getting to read the book without paying for it. And I want to support my library. So, not complaining. So yeah, but I need to go. The last book will be Strange Houses, which again, I am having a lot of fun with and I'm hoping to finish during my lunch break. Though I may have to do some shoveling off and on today. Thankfully, Krista does not have night court tonight. There was so much snow. She barely got any sleep because she went out and shoveled for probably half hour after dinner, like before we went to bed. And then she apparently woke up at 5 and shoveled for 2 hours because they kept plowing us in, even though no new snow was coming, which is just crap. I hate city plows. I hate it. And like, we've told them that they plow us in all the time. And they're like, oh, the snow has to go somewhere. And then one guy, I was like, well, what if the snow is so heavy we can't move it? And he was like, oh, you can hire someone. And I was like, because you've blocked in our house so much more than our neighbors. I was like, I'm talking like 2 feet by 2 feet, like bricks of snow, buddy. And he was like, yeah, you just have to hire someone. And we did talk to someone. It would be $800. $800. We're not doing that. Anyway, I'm just complaining now. I need to get finish getting ready for work. So I will talk to you when I finish Strange Houses. Hello, Gremolinos. So it is my lunch break and I have finished Strange Houses. Now I am going to put this down because I don't really feel like holding my iPad, but I have finished it, and it was going to be very difficult to like explain the story to you until I finished it. It just like, the story itself is an investigation into floor plans, and then those floor plans are all related, and the story itself isn't really in chapters. It's really broken down into like sections, but like they're all connected sections in parts. So I was like, I cannot in the middle of this just like stop and explain. So we are following the author, and we learn the author is like a freelancer, and they have a friend who contacts them and is like, hey, my wife and I are looking at this house. I believe it's the husband. And we just wanted your thoughts because like the layout is kind of weird. And so he looks at the house, like this floor plan, and he's like, oh, this is strange. Let me talk to my friend who's a draftsman, which means he like drafts architecture plans and stuff. And so his friend looks at it and he's like, oh, this is very weird. And the issue is there's like a hidden, like there's like a weird space in the floor plan that doesn't seem to be accessible, but is between 2 rooms. Then there's a room with no windows, and like things are just strange. And so we begin investigating that. The people do not move into that house. And based on this like brief discussion, our author decides that he wants to publish an article. He's like, oh, it's interesting. I'll just do an article about it. He does, and then is approached by a woman who is like, hey, and then we get invested into the family that was previously living in that house, as well as the house they used to live in, and then the entire family, like extensively, that surrounds this couple. And it is so, like, unexpectedly extra baffling. Like, the entire thing revolves around these houses being used as a way to murder people. Like, the layout of them is to benefit, like, getting rid of people. And I was like, what? And like, it just gets more and more like wild. The family connection starts tying in. There becomes this like larger history of why this is going on. And I was like, this is wild. I just like wanted to know how it was going to tie up. Now the ending for me kind of, the story just kind of ends, and then there's a little bit more, and I am still a little sick. So I feel like the last tiny bit of the book kind of threw me off a little. But I enjoyed it overall. I do think I am a little sick. I mean, I know I'm a little sick, which means I'm a little slow. And sometimes when I'm sick and a little slow in terms of like reading comprehension, I miss things. So I'm sure I missed some stuff just because sick. But overall, it was very fun. And I liked the inclusions of the, oh my gosh, the floor plans. It was also helpful when they like layered them so you could kind of understand things. So I did very much enjoy it. I do want to read Strange Pictures, which I believe was published before this one. And then there's a new one coming out called Strange Buildings, which would have worked perfectly for this because I could have tied it in, but it's not out yet. But I am really glad I read it. This was very fun. I do love reading a translated work, and I did read the note from the translator, and it was interesting to be like, oh, I didn't want to reveal anything, and it was really hard because I've read this so many times, but when you're translating, you have to remember that. And so that was very cool. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I know a ton of people have read this, so I'm not like new to the game. I picked it up because I needed another book for this vlog, and it was a house book that I had heard mentioned, and it was on KU, so it worked out. But yeah, I did enjoy all the books in this vlog. They were, The Place Where They Buried Your Heart was good. I did enjoy it more than The House That Horror Built, which I had read a while ago. I enjoyed it more. I do think some people will really enjoy it, and some people I feel like won't enjoy it solely because of some of the elements in connection to the horror aspect of that story. I also read
Oh gosh, what were the other ones? Oh, We Live Here Now. That one was fun. Like, that is like mostly thriller, but secretly horror, and I truly enjoyed that one. Wyncliffe was very cool. Also tripped me up near the end, which I always appreciate. As in, like, it was trippy and twisted. So that was also fun. And this one was really good too. So I have no complaints. All the books I read in this vlog were a fun time. The 2 other KU books that I read, We Live Here Now and Wyncliffe, I definitely appreciated as like fun speed. Like, I could read through them pretty quickly. And I did read Strange Houses faster, but I definitely couldn't read it when I wasn't feeling well. So like, when I felt real bad on Tuesday, I couldn't read it at all. Like, I was like, I can't do this. I can't even look. I didn't even look at it. Like, I was like, I can't. I am still coughing some because my nose is runny. And I'm on my, like, I'm not gonna say 80th. It's not really. I think I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee. I was making some. I'm cold. I'm probably gonna put on a heavier sweatshirt after I finish filming this, before I go back to work. But yeah, I've had a fun time. I do wish Best Offer Wins had shown up. I was really hoping, though it was going to be very hard to get it anyway because the weather is terrible. We're basically in a giant blizzard that is going to snow off and on for days. We're also under an upcoming wind chill advisory, which I think I already mentioned, where it's going to be in the negative ridiculouses, where you're like really not supposed to go outside unless it's an emergency, and even then they don't want you outside. So yeah, it's going to be a very fun wintry time, she said sarcastically, as someone who hates winter. Also, I feel like I'm allowed to hate winter, you know? The hand gesture was to indicate the lack of fingers, well, fingertips. My fingers are mostly intact. But yeah, so if you've read any of these, let me know. If you've read Strange Pictures, let me know, because I'm curious if folks like that one more, about the same. So if you have read the one, let me know. If you've read any of them, I'd be curious to know your thoughts, especially the newer one, because I feel like it's like kind of making the rounds now, and I was surprised I got that one from the library so quickly. I was shocked. I really thought I would get Best Offer Wins first. But yeah, so that one will show up whenever it does. I'll try and include it in a vlog, or at least talk about it in some capacity, because I really was hoping, but alas, it's fine. I do actually need to get that other book back to the library somehow, maybe this weekend, when the weather is not terrible. I'll like drop it in the box or something. I don't know. But yeah, that is it. Now I'm just rambling, mostly because I'm cold. But I'm gonna go. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm also on Instagram at CliffGoverAfter. And I think that is it. Yeah, we're good. See, sick. My brain's a little slow. But yeah, I will see you in the next one, Grumbly Nose.